people, give the people what they want. Welcome to another edition of Power to the People show. Big ups to the Buffalo audience. Big ups to the Atlanta, Georgia audience. And to all the people watching on all of our social media platforms. Welcome to another show. I got so much to talk about today that it is ridiculous. But I want to start off the show saying happy birthday to Mark Pope, who produces this
Thank you,
show.
Appreciate it.
I can't believe you came to work on your birthday.
This is, generally I only do the things that I like to do on my birthday.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
I'm doing the show, but I am not going to football practice today, which is the first time since I started coaching.
What?
I know.
You
It's a big
love
deal.
football.
I know. That's a big deal today. They were really surprised, but I'm like, you know what? I can't do it today. I just
Wow.
can't. Yeah.
So when you finish the show, it's just birthday time.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. I'm still trying to figger it out. I thought about running across the border a little bit, and
yeah.
I thought about it. Yeah.
One thing about Buffalo that we have, first of all, we when we compare ourselves to Atlanta, is that we don't have a lot of heavy traffic, even in rush hour.
No, yeah, absolutely.
Our rush hour, you still doing 15
absolutely
at rush hour.
Your hold up is about 5 minutes.
Absolutely. And we can get to the airport in 15 minutes from anywhere in the city of Buffalo, and that we're close to Canada.
Yes.
And so we can hop over there. And the good, I ain't gonna say it, because I was gonna say the good thing about Canada, everybody can't go.
Everybody cannot go.
So the rowdies, they not going. They not going.
You got that charge. You were not going.
You not going. So it's a good place. It's nice and easy.
Yeah.
So I ain't even gonna ask you on air what your favorite place is up there. But is it eating or is it just touring or?
It might be doing a little both. Might need a little retail therapy today.
Okay.
So, but I'm definitely thinking about getting something to eat while I'm over there too.
Well,
so I was going to ask you actually some spots, but not on there.
Yeah, right. we don't want to go. We don't want to go next week. And everybody there like, Pastor. Hey, Pastor.
Yeah,
I'm like, hey, what's up? What's up? Yeah, I ain't even going.
Yeah, don't want another pepper spray incident.
So much to talk about. One is in sports, and I'm not I don't know nothing about sports.
Yeah.
Did you see where the black tennis player?
Oh,
did you see this?
Yes, I did.
Gets kind of undressed by I shouldn't say foreign. I mean, foreign white tennis player, and called uneducated
and no
class.
Yeah.
I want to say this. If I could get a message to her, classy.
Yeah.
Just plain out. That I was so proud when I saw it, when it came up in my algorithms, and it kept coming up. I didn't know. I'm like, let me take a look at this. So basically, folks, if you haven't seen it, I'm going to see if I can find her name. I know you'll find it quicker than me. If you haven't seen it, I think it was the Open. It might have been the U.S. Open.
Look, it came right up on
Google. What is it? Go ahead. Run with the story.
Taylor Townsend was playing in. Hold on, I can bring this over here. She was playing in I think the first round. I'm trying to look for who it was. But yeah, so basically, I don't even know. I think it was just a competitive match, and as all tennis players do, get a little boisterous, you get a little excited, and after the woman lost, she literally, like you said, she called her uneducated, classless, and Jelenia, I'm gonna call her other woman's name, Jelenia Ostapenko.
Mm-hmm.
And I thought they said she was from Canada, so I'm trying to look up her country of origin.
I don't think she would. I'm not sure if she was from Canada, but I know because she kept talking about she didn't have the support that Naomi had because of the little country that she comes from. I'm sorry. Is the other girl's name Naomi Townsend? Let me see. Yeah. So Taylor Townsend
is the black
Taylor Townsend.
Yes.
That she didn't have the support because she comes from such a small little place. So she goes over to this woman, and I'm telling you, I'm doing a series starting in September called Before You Crash Out. Trying to, and we're going to do a panel discussion on a Thursday night with mental health professionals, trying to help us to be more calm. Because sometimes in our culture, we just crash out and then we're proud of it and we start saying, yeah, because I crashed out on them and they don't want me to crash out. Well, that's not cute.
Yeah.
If you think that's cute, everybody giving you happy birthday shout outs.
Thank you, everyone.
It's not cute to crash out. You folk talking about, I'm going to crash out at work. Okay, and you're going to be unemployed. And then when the next employer calls for your references and you don't get a good reference, then you're going to be talking about, they don't, stop this crashing out. So this woman, I have to say, conducted herself in such a manner, even in the questioning, when they tried to get her to go down the road of, race. Now, this is the bad thing. So many people talk against us if we bring up race.
Yep.
But then it's reporters that don't look like us that bring up race.
Yeah.
And then, she playing the race card. She just was smooth with it.
She sure was.
So if you haven't seen it,
even when she
check
came
it out.
And even when she came back the next day, she said, well, all right, let's get right to business.
Because I don't think what they don't know about a sister
oh, yeah, you don't want to turn
is
them
a
out.
sister can do what, can go off a little bit, and then they done.
Yeah,
they got it out. They said
it out.
And I'm going to tell you, and I shouldn't just say a sister, because I went through the same thing, and I told this story Sunday in church. I had to repent for it. I don't know if I told it on the radio about the guy.
You didn't.
So I'm dropping off my daughter in Florida at the airport. She's going back to Houston, and just sometimes people in certain positions can be so extra. I just took her bags out of the car, got my grandkids out of the car, got back in the car, never stopped the car, put the car in drive, and this guy is flagging, like, hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. So I'm like, okay. Now, I can't go because this car's in heaps flat. I roll down the window, and I can't say on air, and I have repented to God.
Yeah.
But whatever I said to him, he looked at me and said, your mama. This is the truth. This was a white man, looked at me and said, your mama.
Oh, they built different in the South.
Yeah, and I sized him up. I could have took him.
Yeah.
But first of all, I'm on airport
right.
property, and it's going to be a whole thing.
Yeah, absolutely.
So I said something else, and then I said, such and such, your daddy.
Yeah.
When I pulled off, I busted out laughing.
Absolutely.
Because I was not mad.
No.
It was a moment.
It was a moment.
And I said, the only reason I repented is because of some of the words I used. That's why I repented.
Yeah.
And because I'm working on this series before you crash out.
What the beauty of it is, sometimes God lets us go through that one moment as we're preparing to something because sometimes you do need that crash out, and then you're like, you know what, let me help the people because I can crash out anytime.
Bruh, it was so odd for me to lose it like that. Oh man. And I did. And I even said to somebody, I said, I hope he laughed too.
Yeah.
I hope I did not ruin his day. Maybe he was having a bad day, but I didn't need to respond like that. Yeah. But like I said, after I told the story here, and I was like, wait a minute, did you even apologize? I can't apologize to him because I don't know him. Maybe next time I'm there, I'll see him and he'll say my mama again. I don't know.
Hopefully he don't arrest you the next time.
He ain't had no gun. He ain't had no gun. He ain't had no gun. He was flagging traffic, bro. Oh. So
you're gonna end up on the no-fly list.
I know. I ain't messing with them people. I see enough YouTube videos of people going off at airports. Listen, I need to get where I'm going. I was dropping off my daughter, right? But when that man said, "Yo, mama,"
yeah.
And I said, "Yo, daddy."
Yeah, that's a little special.
As soon as I got away from, I just busted out. So anyway, back to her. So I'm just so proud of her. Okay, this is way far for me.
Okay.
Did you see the Cardi B trial? This is way
Cardi B trial.
Oh my God! I thought you were a newsie.
You know what? Let me just. No, I can't say it on.
Okay, yep. No. We get in trouble a lot.
I've just been. I'll say it this way. I've just been making appearances all week. So
Okay.
yeah.
Okay.
So I'm,
Okay.
yeah.
Birthday. B. Joanne Robinson Adams. I always talk about her because all these names. B. Joanne Robinson Adams.
Not all the names.
Says Bishop. He went old school. He did.
Yeah.
He did. So Cardi B it's a civil trial. And I don't even know. Let me tell you this. So before anybody go, oh, you listen, it came up in the algorithms of my YouTube. I watch a lot of court TV. I watch a lot of police. I watch a lot, all that kind of stuff. So I love to watch a trial because I love to see when somebody objects, and I think I know law. So I'm like, yep, he should have objected. So that's why I like those shows. So Cardi B's on trial because a security guard, when she was pregnant, she went to go see her OBGYN. And a black female was getting off the elevator as Cardi was getting on. The woman had a phone. Cardi felt that the woman was recording her. And there is this altercation that happens outside of the doctor's office because the security guard gets off. Tell me I didn't follow this trial.
Yeah.
Security guard gets off the elevator. And so when they ask security guard, why did you get off the elevator? She says, because I wanted to get it straight. Because, Cardi was like,
right.
Blah, blah, why you, blah, blah, blah,
Right.
blah. So she's suing Cardi B because she said Cardi B attacked her and she had to have plastic surgery. The doctor comes out and tells Cardi B go in the office. The secretary says there was never anything. Cardi B says, I never touched her. We were breast to breast.
Yeah.
She never seeks medical attention right away. Her grandmother, I think, testifies that she saw the marks, and that she. Now this was like 8 years ago, and that. But Cardi B came with new wigs every day.
Well, listen, I'm just looking at some of the headlines. Cardi B confuses attorney with wig swap during security guard assault. And then I'm also seeing Cardi B suits up in a $7,000 tweed outfit.
Let me tell you this.
Stand.
Now I don't know. I've never heard a Cardi B song that I know of. That I know of. At the end of the day, to be honest, I watched some clips. I was kind of like, okay, because she carried herself to be a rapper and street rapper and all that kind of stuff. On the stand, I was like, if I was part of the jury, at first, Cardi B, it was the security guard they were interviewing. Right. So I was like, oh, Cardi. And that's why you got to be careful about making judgments on people before you know the whole story. I could preach that right now.
Yeah.
What?
She's suing her for $24 million?
$24 million.
Stop.
She said, now listen to this. They never scrapped. They never got on the floor. She said Cardi B's fingernails injured her face.
Stop.
So it was this whole thing about fingernails. And did you have sharp fingernails? And Cardi B, now she probably got the top lawyers.
Right.
They didn't prep her. Let me tell you, they prepped her well. Because Cardi B was like, no, I was scared of her. Cardi B. I was scared of her. I was pregnant.
Oh,
so
boy.
I felt Cardi B because Cardi B said, I left my security downstairs.
Right.
Because I did not want anybody to know where I was going and that I was pregnant.
Right.
So she said, so for me to be going into my doctor's office and this woman and she said, and the woman admitted that she said, oh, it's Cardi B. Mm-hmm. Cardi B felt like she was on the phone and recording her. The woman says, no, I just said it out loud. I wasn't on my phone. Now, it's been so long that there's no video footage, but there's nobody that saw a fight.
Right.
There's nobody that saw any blood. She never goes to the doctor. So it's just,
That's sad.
Marie Collins says, I'm watching court TV as well. So I've been watching that, which is crazy because I was like, don't judge folks before you know the whole story. Because anybody can say anything. I'm a living witness. And then it sticks to that person. But sometimes I'm glad she took the stand. I'm glad that she got her side out. But yeah. So you don't, these wigs be looking real. Because the first day she came with a little short hair, and I said, oh, they must have told her to tone it down. The next day, I think she had blonde hair. Yeah, the next day she had black hair.
She in this blonde wig like my homegirl in Players Club.
New grocery store opening up in Atlanta. in a food desert where there's
Nice.
new store opening. It's called Azalea Fresh Market. Now, the reason I'm bringing this up is because Buffalo has had, we had our Bray Miller situation.
Yep.
In which we rented a new building to a grocery store in a food desert. It failed.
Yes.
Let me tell you what Azalea is, why it's different.
Okay.
Government run.
Oh.
Yeah. Government put $3.5 million to partner.
Oh.
So young black female is the manager. She talked about how when they were building the store, it used to be, I don't know, it was some other type of store. But when they were, retrofitting it, she needed water for her workers and how she had to drive to a gas station because there was no Publix around or any other food place.
Wow.
So in an area with no major grocery store. So the government of Atlanta decided to invest in this market so that in this area there would be fresh food and goods. That's kind of unheard of.
That really is. And honestly, I think the only time we really heard of that here, people might consider Bray Miller as part of that. But recently, that's how the mayor, the Democratic primary winner in New York City was talking about opening up 3 government-ran grocery stores in the boroughs, and that was under a lot of flack. But and we talk about this because when we were in elected office, we always talked about, because we had downtown. It was like, and a lot of some of these investments are going to have to be private-public partnerships, and it's not just going to be government saying, "Hey, we're running this." You're going to need a private entity that comes along and say, "No, I will do it if you create the subsidy for me to do it." And shout out to Atlanta for taking this chance.
Yeah. I thought that was incredible when I saw it. And the mayor was there. Mayor Andre Dickens yesterday celebrated the opening of Azalea Fresh Market, a partnership between the city, Invest Atlanta, and Savvy Urban Provisions. The store is located in the former Walgreens on the ground floor of the historic Olympia building. Why it matters area, and I'm reading from Axios Atlanta. Why it matters area residents have poor access to fresh food and vegetables. Meanwhile, developers are investing billions of dollars building housing. Wow. And here it is.
Wow.
Take note. I've said it for forever. You can't, if you're going to build a neighborhood, you got to build a whole neighborhood.
Right.
You cannot just stick a now here's where the other people are going to say, "Oh, no, y'all, it's gentrification," because not only are they building, did they invest in the market, but developers are investing billions of dollars building housing and retail around the market. Now,
that's smart.
The market around that is going to end up being market rate.
Absolutely.
It didn't say affordable housing.
Right.
So now you're going to have an area that has not had much investment.
Right.
Now having a lot more investment. And at the end of the day, this whole area is being redeveloped.
Well, and it's just like when we talked about, and this is when I was going between the state and the city, but government, the Fruit Belt Strategic Plan, and everyone kind of thought it was going to. Everybody wanted to keep it affordable. Everyone wanted to keep it low income, and the residents got together and was like, "No, we want mixed income."
Yep.
Because that's what sustains neighborhoods. You
Absolutely.
need all levels of economy, because you do need those people who can pay market rate.
Yep.
Because they have the disposable income to drive businesses and services to your area, and then your lower income or more struggling people can take advantage of those services because they're there. But any research, any business, like you said, people in business aren't charities. So
absolutely.
So they're doing market studies, they're doing income studies, and you don't want to put your business in a neighborhood that doesn't have the disposable income to support it.
So much to talk about because, I am going to get to some other stuff I wrote down about. At the half hour mark, we're going to talk a little bit about the Atlanta Journal-Constitution stopping print.
Wow.
And as the Buffalo News getting ready to do it. We're going to talk about that, things that we grew up with and how they're changing. But I wouldn't be surprised because, Trump is now talking about sending troops to Chicago.
Yes.
I would not be surprised. I think Buffalo is too small of a market for him.
Right.
I wouldn't be surprised if he tries Atlanta.
Yeah, I can see
and
that.
especially around Zone 6 of Atlanta. Atlanta, they just arrested 4 people in Atlanta. Well, some are on the run, but they got one who did 400 crimes. They didn't even live in Atlanta. They drove to Atlanta.
Wow.
Held people up and took their cars. Then held up other people with the other people's cars.
Oh, no. Nah.
Over 400 crimes. 400. And some of those were in Zone 6, some were in other zones in Atlanta. But Atlanta Democrats, led by Democrats.
Yep.
I would not be surprised if I don't know the governor of Atlanta. He might be. I can't believe the whole state is gone. Let me see. You know where I'm at.
Yep. I know.
The governor. What party is the governor of Atlanta?
I think he's a Republican because I think he's the one to beat Stacey Abrams for governor.
Let's look. I'm almost sure, but I'll Georgia does not have a. Oh, I said Atlanta. Brian Kemp is affiliated with the Republican Party.
Yeah.
Because that might be the only reason.
He was the senator. Brian Kemp was U.S. senator. That's right.
Now, if he does, I think he'll say the governor there is a good guy.
Yes.
And I would imagine the governor saying, please
come on in.
Send in the federal troops.
Yep.
Now, here is my thought. I know they're not coming to Buffalo. I don't believe they're coming to Buffalo, although I did see ICE agents the other day.
I mean, they probably go to the city before they come to Buffalo.
And they were taking somebody's car. So why the ICE agent had to park in the middle of Ferry at somebody's house, and then I saw we had to wait, and then you saw ICE, and then they towed somebody's car. I think we are sitting on a powder keg.
I do too.
Now, let me tell you what I think. When he sent the federal troops out without any guns, that's one thing.
Mm-hmm.
They now have
armed
guns.
Yeah.
They're not trained to be police officers. They're going to goof up.
Yeah.
Sooner or later. Some of these are young people who basically, when you're trained for disasters.
Yes.
Or that you're not trained to
domestic violence
read Miranda rights. You're not trained now. They're giving them some quick on the job training right now.
Yeah,
something's going to happen. You get today when August 29th, 2025. I think, and this isn't prophecy, it's prediction. I think something is going to happen that is going to cause this country to blow up.
Yep.
And my fear is it is going to be down political lines.
Yes.
And it will be black and white working together.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is going to be about Republican, Democrat.
Yes.
That's my fear. I'm afraid we're going to end up with another George Floyd situation or worse.
And I do think it'll be worse. I think you will see a combination. I think you will see, like you said, a race war, a political war, and ultimately probably another civil war, because you're talking about one incident that could probably spark a nationwide, and I'm talking about on that level of like the L.A. riots and something, something like a powder keg like that.
And I pray I'm wrong.
Yeah,
I want to be wrong, but right now, that's why I think this series Before You Crash Out is important.
Yeah,
because I just feel it in the atmosphere. The poor and the struggling and the middle class.
Yep.
We going through it.
Yeah.
And you don't know what else is going to be cut. It's affecting everything.
Everything.
It's affecting our communities. It's affecting our nonprofits. It's affecting churches. It's affecting everything. And this is the part that just kind of really melts my butter. At the end of the day, you're trying. You don't want any symbols of slavery.
Right.
You don't want any symbols of anything that tells the real story.
Mm-hmm.
But you pressure Cracker Barrel to put back a white man sitting by a barrel.
Yep.
Like they went spastic.
Yep.
Because something of a culture was changed.
Mm-hmm.
And they went so spastic. And now I always say, if you want to hurt some of these folks, you got to hurt them in their pocket.
Yes.
So the CEO of Cracker Barrel is young.
Yeah.
And she made a comment allegedly that said, if the MAGA crew don't want to eat here, so what? Oh my God! Well, that's your crew,
Right?
Cracker Barrel.
Mm-hmm.
She said, let them eat somewhere else. Basically,
Right.
They're putting the logo back. You read that?
No, I did not.
Oh yeah. Let me.
I did not know the logos.
Oh, hold on. Cracker Barrel is well known. Decor experience. Recent controversies in August 2025. The company faced backlash for a failed logo redesign that removed the iconic old timer. Now, I can't get. I wish Rayshawn was here because he won't eat there. I ain't gonna hold you. I mess with Cracker Barrel.
So do I.
Sunday when I want some fried chicken, if I'm not getting my food from, I got to put out a big shout out to Fat Cats. Fat Cats, any of our other places, Heaven's Countertop. What's Reggie in them place? Manna.
Yep.
I'm at the Barrel.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yep.
They call him an old time character. Now, for us, if we go back to the history of the old country store, we ain't on no old country store.
Couldn't shop there.
And we couldn't go in the old country store. Let's just be for real. Now, I'm still going to mess with Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
But I'm saying let's be for real. So when they get rid of the old timer, following the criticism from customers and figures like President Trump, Cracker Barrel reverted to its traditional branding. Now, you know how much money they spent on this new
rollout,
ugly little logo, but I didn't care. I really didn't care.
As long as you don't change the recipe, I don't care.
So it drew when the president of the United States is more worried about Cracker Barrel than education. When the president of the United States is more worried about Cracker Barrel than our health, because just fired one of the heads of the CDC.
Oh, that's annoying.
Because the woman who is a doctor said she has to follow the science.
Right.
She gets fired, and then her top aides walk out with her.
And I believe her statement since then was something to the effect of, "I am protecting the American people from the Health and Human Service Secretary," specifically.
Absolutely. I think I'm about to stop messing with Cracker Barrel. And let me tell you why. This just came through today. Cracker Barrel has also recently removed references to diversity, equity, and inclusion and pride from its website due to public.
Man.
I'm done.
Let's go pay a bill.
I'm done. I'm done. Let's go pay a bill. I'm done.
When it comes to something as personal as your clothes, you need to deal with somebody you can trust. That's why so many people turn to Hobson's Dry Cleaning, conveniently located in the heart of the community at 874 East Delavan at the corner of Wyoming.
When you take your clothes to Hobson's, you can trust that they'll be ready on time.
You can trust that your whites will be white.
You can trust that you'll always get a fair price and service with a smile.
You can even trust that you won't have to get out of your car if you don't want to. Hobson's has a drive-through window for your convenience.
Trust is what it's all about at Hobson's Dry Cleaning.
Hobson's Dry Cleaning, your one-stop dry cleaners serving the community for over 30 years at 874 East Delavan at the corner of Wyoming. Call 891-8298. That's 891-8298.
I am eating, but this is not Cracker Barrel.
No, that's sad. Oh,
I'm going to say this. I ain't mess with Cracker Barrel now. I can't.
That's tough.
I'm reading from The Hill. Cracker Barrel's recent attempts to introduce a new logo didn't go over well, with most vocal critics prompting the company. Now, AI is saying it's a man who leads the team, but I heard otherwise. A couple of other recent changes Cracker Barrel website, however, have largely gone under the radar. White House claims credit after Cracker Barrel reverts logo. As reported Thursday by outlets including Advocate and CNN, Cracker Barrel's website appears to have removed a pride page referencing the company's LGBTQ plus alliance and its employees' participation in past parades, according to online. We're increasing our focus on leadership development and mentorship programs to better identify blah, 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 blah. On another page touting the company's culture of belonging, Cracker Barrel also appears to have removed a list of employees and business resource offerings opportunities to Black, Hispanic, LGBTQ plus, and neurodivergent employees, among other groups. I'm done.
Yep.
Sorry, I'm going to tell you, you heard it here. I'm not, and I like their breakfast. I can't mess with you. If you are going to be under pressure from the President of the United States and from one group, and then you abandon this group, everybody else, now you abandon in Black, Hispanic, what? We all came there to eat. Now y'all can go. I'm going to tell you this, what car you are not, unless they change this. It took me 10 years to walk back in the Walden Galleria. It took me 10 years. I have not been in, nope, I did one time by mistake, walked in Target, got in the lobby, and said, you ain't supposed to be here.
Yep.
And turned my behind around and walked out. I'll either get it offline, I'll go to Walmart, I'll go anywhere. Yep. And Target is paid. I ain't being funny, but I think Cracker Barrel need to pay.
Yeah, this
If
is,
that's what you want to do, then let it be full of MAGA then.
Yeah. Nah, yeah, make it old country store again. I'm just
do whatever you want to do.
I'm sitting here looking at it as it says. I'm looking at their actual quote. In connection with the company's brand work, we have recently made updates to the Cracker Barrel website, including, and this is from the Today Show, including adding new content and removing out-of-date content.
Out of date now. Now it's out of date. But my money wasn't out of date.
It sure ain't.
My money was not. Go ahead.
Several months ago, the company also made changes to our business resource groups that now focus all sponsorships or events on our corporate giving initiatives addressing food insecurity, supporting community needs through food, and reducing food waste.
So I'm gonna do a reel on this, and I'm going to make a little logo with an X with a Cracker Barrel logo. Yep. I am going to I get it. I get it. It's business. We just talked about that.
Yep.
But at the end of the day, you serve all of these communities. And if our green money, see, they don't care about green. They don't care about green. Our green money is good enough for you. And then you're going to quietly remove this list of, you caved. So if you caved, then your tables should not have Black people, should not have Hispanic people, should not have LGBTQ plus people, should not have neurodivergent people. No, you don't. You want our green, but you don't respect our Black.
No.
So y'all do whatever you want to. I'm telling you that unless Cracker Barrel, because I'll go somewhere else. Let me tell you this. Maybe that's good. Go to restaurants that respect who you are and want more than your green. Go to your local restaurant. I'll give you a list of them that serve breakfast. Mm-hmm. But as for me and my house, we shall not be served at a Cracker Barrel restaurant by reading this. And I know for a lot of you, this is the first you're hearing it. I'm just hearing it too.
And you should actually see this culture and belonging page. It like they might as well have just taken the whole page off their website. This like there's.
Jaquilla says Smith done. Charlene Zakowski says done. Darnice Faison done. Why are you doing that? I usually don't have too much to say about things like this, but I ran across this, Darius. Why are you doing this? You shouldn't be at a restaurant that has you didn't miss the whole point. You didn't miss the whole point. I ain't even going to finish reading it. Beverly McCulley, yes, ma'am. That's the reason I cook I'm cooking used to like going there. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, that's that.
And it's bad. Okay, let me move on to other news because I got so much. The Atlanta Journal-Constitution is stopping their print. Now, obviously, major newspaper.
That is major.
Here's my question: I think Buffalo's going to be next?
Absolutely, I do too. And it's interesting. I was just in a conversation, and I have this vision for when I get older, to be able to sit on my wraparound porch with my sweet tea, reading the newspaper, and then I had that immediate thought, like, oh man, by that point, it's either going to be just swiping on an iPad, or you lose the whole effect of the paper and all that.
So my mother still likes a Sunday paper.
Yeah, you have to.
I think it's gone.
I think too.
If you think about it, Buffalo already moved. Buffalo News, and
terrible.
For those of you in Atlanta, you might not know this. Buffalo, New York, is a one newspaper town.
Oh, it's terrible.
We have our local cultural papers, the Challenger, Criterion, but our major newspaper is owned by Warren Buffett. I think leans toward more liberal.
Yes, I do. I agree.
But they moved the operations that were in downtown Buffalo out of Buffalo, so the paper always is a day late almost.
And there's nothing in it.
It's nothing in the so
nothing
no
in the paper
disrespect
anymore.
to who I get it, economics, but here at the end of the day, I haven't seen an investigative story. I haven't seen a deep dive into anything.
No,
the
not at
only
all.
thing I see, the major stuff, I go to the website right now, even on the website, is about the Buffalo Bills.
Buffalo Bills.
We are more than the Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
I know everybody who's cut, everybody's who's this, everybody who's that. At the end of the day, there's a whole lot of stuff going on, but they don't have the reporters. They have not filled positions. They have let people go. And so what we're getting right now, honestly, is not much. And then two of our major TV stations are about to be under one owner because of new regulations from the Trump administration that allows them to own two major TV stations in one city. So if those of you who don't know this, WIVB and WGRZ are being, I forgot which one is being bought by, but they're going to be under one owner if everything closes.
So now, if you don't know, this just sounds more and more like a super communist country, because it's now you're allowing, it's almost getting ready to be a government ran media networks, and like if you pick up the physical Buffalo News, it's literally like each section is like 8 pages, and most of it's Associated Press articles, and it's
absolutely no. Remember, they separated from Associated Press.
Right.
Remember?
That's right.
So we getting, and no disrespect to because I got along with every reporter at Buffalo News.
Absolutely.
News.
We're not talking about the reporters.
Right.
at
The
all.
reporters are great. I don't believe that they're supported well.
No.
I don't believe that they are giving them the tools to be able to be the major newspaper in this city. So which means we are very news bankrupt.
Yeah.
We are news
We're
bankrupt.
getting ready to be in a news desert.
News desert. So even now, when I ran for public office, when I was council member, I remember selling every house, most of the houses that I owned at that time, because they were doing reporting then. They was checking, council members' stuff. They checked your bills. They did that. It ain't like that nowadays. Now, I'm not saying all that is bad, but at least give us some news and some in-depth news.
Yes.
And so I think that we are very close to not having a printed newspaper in the city of Buffalo.
I completely agree. And it's truly going to be to push the full digital, or
That's what it's going to be.
Yeah, and like I said, there's pros and cons to it. And my thing is that, all right, if you're going to go full digital, then we got to fix these apps. We got to fix these websites.
Oh, because these websites are horrible.
Yeah, and the paywalls got to be. You got to bring down some of these.
But see, what's going to happen, and for those of you who don't understand paywall, like you can go on Buffalo News and see so many articles, and then it'll shut you out, and you have to have a subscription.
Right.
So there's going to be important news that cannot we won't know, because if you don't have the money to get a subscription, it's not like where with a newspaper you can give somebody a newspaper and say, here, you can read this.
Right.
It's on your device.
Right, exactly. I'm not giving up my phone or my tablet or my iPad. Like, nah.
And if it's on too many devices, you get alerts and all that, because that happened with me with Netflix recently. So I do think, when we look at things that we grew up with, that's going to change.
Yes.
That's going to change. There's several things I think that's going to change that we grew up with that you now see changing, and we got to get ready for that age. I mean, it used to be a rite of passage to get your permit. Now cars driving themselves, Yeah, listen, Waymo is out there.
Oh, yes, it is.
And you can just hop in a Waymo. There's no driver.
That's true.
No driver. I mean, it's just so that's affecting people who drive for a living, because they also have a driverless truck right now that's out on the road being tested.
Wow.
So the jobs that maybe that didn't need high skill, cab drivers, they're going away. So you got people who have done their time coming out, and if they don't prepare them in there, it's gonna be a mess.
Yeah, I do think. And we talk about this, and there's other podcasts and shows that talk about making sure we're in the room, making sure we're in the conversation, making sure we're ahead. But even as you talk about anything with artificial intelligence attached to it, we are already decades behind. And to not embrace that in classes and training, or just be like, okay, how do I use AI to figure out AI?
Absolutely.
Because if not, you're going to be stuck. Like, you're back
stuck
in the 50s, and we're going to be so far ahead.
Ena Johnson says, and there will never be anything positive about people of color. Speaking of which, I saw an article. I didn't know Margaret Sullivan, who used to be the editor-in-chief of Buffalo News. I knew she moved. Those of you who remember Margaret, when we had, we were very unappreciative about some articles they did. I believe it was after the shooting at the club that killed hundreds, that killed several people, and they did an article about their criminal history, the people who wasn't shooting.
Wow.
And Buffalo went crazy. We had a meeting here, full, packed, and Margaret Sullivan made some promises, and she kept them while she was here. She's working, I believe, for The Guardian now, and I saw an article of hers, and I was just so impressed. Margaret got it. I'm not saying that the leadership now doesn't get it. I'm just saying that it's different. Something else that I think is going to change, and I couldn't find an article about this country that just stopped mail service. I would not be surprised if the post office as we know it goes away.
Yeah.
Because what are you getting in the mail right now? Junk mail, mostly.
And bills.
I don't get any bills in the mail.
Well, you all digital on your bills?
Every bill is digital. I can't afford to, I'm thankful for good credit. I can't afford to miss a bill. I just don't do it. And most of the time, unless I'm having a rut, they're paid automatically.
Yeah.
So I don't even, and that's why I miss things at times, because I really, really
You just said it
probably
all
go to the mailbox once a week, sometime every 2 weeks. So I just don't pay attention to that. And my bills are in, the palm of my hand.
Yeah, right.
So if you think about it, when is the last time you wrote a letter? See, it took you a long pause.
Oh, I couldn't even. I mean, outside of like a personal letter, I couldn't tell you.
Like, even people sending Christmas cards. We used to get here at the church hundreds of Christmas cards.
Yeah.
We might have got 40 this year.
It's old school too, because I was mailing my children's Christmas stuff last year, and I was in there with people still filling out Christmas cards, and I was just like, wow, I didn't, like you said, I remember that era, but I didn't think people were still doing it.
The once a year. So when you look at the post office, I think, and I know they're already cutting back, and it is losing money. The post office doesn't make money. They're not in profit.
No.
And so at the end of the day, I think this is now, I won't be around to see it, but I think within the next 5 years, you're going to see some changes. And I would not be surprised in some neighborhoods if they went to cluster boxes, what's called cluster.
Yeah.
And where all of your mailboxes are in one
Yep.
location at the end of the street.
Yep.
And in other areas like in Houston, that's common.
But even
Atlanta.
Delaware is the same way. If you get into a suburban neighborhood, it's a cluster box. Yeah.
In Atlanta, if a new development is usually cluster box, ain't nobody going door to door. And so I think you're going to see that change and see a lot more cluster boxes, a lot more you got to go someplace to get your mail.
Yeah.
I think that we're about to see the ending. Now, let me tell you this. In certain neighborhoods, you can't because you just can't. It's not safe. But in the areas where it is, I think you're going to see a move by the Postal Service that says all new development will have cluster boxes.
Now I know you, they're part of your heart there, but is there still a move to privatize the postal service?
Well, the post office is already really it doesn't. People think that the post office belongs to the federal government, and it does not. Now, and I'll it's complicated. I'm just going to say it like this. So when you are a postal employee, you're a postal employee.
Okay.
Who owns the post office? So let me see if I can give you the facts. I like to talk in facts. It says it's owned by the federal government. USPS operates as an independent agency. That's what I was trying to say. It's an independent agency within the executive branch. It's not private or traditional government owned. So it's not like other government agencies. It's independent. The Postal Service is governed by a board of governors. Now listen to this. Appointed by the U.S. president, confirmed by the Senate. It doesn't have shareholders and all that. It's self-funded, relying almost entirely on revenues from postage sales and mail services rather than so because there's not going to be the money.
Right.
The post office has to change. And we saw it happen in Buffalo where they tried to send our mail to Rochester.
Right.
And I went to the meeting. I spoke at the meeting, and I'm grateful. And there's a woman there by the name of Rhonda who is a terrific – it was Rhonda who helped me to become a supervisor at the post office. Rhonda Spates, but she's married now. For a while, I just can't remember her married names. But they did turn that around. And this is not fact. I don't even believe Rhonda was for it, but she's, head of the post office here. You got to rock and roll. But I didn't see her passionately saying, let's send our mail to Rochester.
Right.
So they're already doing things that's downsizing.
Yes.
But I think it goes away in the way that we know it within the next 5 years.
I can see that.
And in 10 years, I think definitely.
I can see that.
I think they just do packages after a while and not the door-to-door in the way that we know it. I don't know if you know there's two things, and I told you I have so much, and why don't we go
pay the last bill?
Let's pay the last bill. When we come back, some of y'all got to be upset because you ain't getting your packages. You're not getting your packages. We'll be right back.
Brian K. Lewis Funeral Home has 3 locations to serve you in Buffalo. 347 Peckham, 2258 Bailey Avenue, and Providence Memorial Chapel at 1275 Sycamore. Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes offers traditional services, and they have services for all faiths. And at Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes, they have air-conditioned parlors and chapels. Financing is available, as is limousine service. At those difficult moments in your life, Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes is available where you are with counseling services. Call toll-free 877-885-7734. That's 877-885-7734. Or locally 845-5545. Brian K. Lewis Funeral Homes. We are here to serve you, here to serve this present age. Call today, toll-free 877-885-7734. Or email info@brianklewisfuneralhome.com.
Shoppers see order cancellations as the world shuts down, U.S.-bound shipments. U.S. shoppers ordering smaller goods because you know that under 600 thing is done.
Those Sheen tariffs.
And you have countries that are saying, nope, we're not shipping.
I can believe it.
On Friday, I'm breathing so hard, the United States will end the nearly century-old de minimis exemption, which allowed items worth less than $800. Come on. To be shipped to the country's duty-free without paying any tariffs. Excuse me. So that means...
Yeah, so everyone who got their stuff from Shein and Temu and all these other bargain rate websites that were coming from some of these Asian countries and other places, they not coming anytime.
They are holding the packages. You will not be getting that gadget.
Oh, let me. Now you know me. I got to check on my eyeglasses now.
My eyeglasses come from someplace with a lot of squiggly lines.
Yeah, I got to check on my glasses.
But private third-party carriers that may already have tariff collection systems in place can cost as much as 4 times the amount of sending an item via regular post. So there are countries. Let's see. In advance of the official termination date for the exemptions, many European nations, alongside Australia, India, Japan, South Korea, Thailand, and New Zealand, have announced temporary suspensions of U.S.-bound shipments.
Yep.
So, folks, they backed up.
Yeah,
they backed up.
And I think sometimes this is where we get into that struggle of when we put tariffs in place and we just expect other countries to just be like, oh, okay, the U.S. put tariffs on us and we'll just suffer, we'll just be okay, we'll just
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you.
Oh my God.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Hold on.
Happy birthday to you. Woo! And many more.
I can't believe it.
Yeah.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone. Yeah, I guess.
You got to blow out the candles. Take it on. You got to blow out. And,
That's all right.
All right. That's why I was breathing so hard.
Thank you.
I ran out to tell them to bring the cake. Whew.
Thank you.
So these packages are going to stop. Did you hear about the president canceling the vice president's Secret Service?
I just saw that this morning.
When I say if Petty had a face.
Just saw it this morning.
Now, remember we talked about this the other week.
With Pence.
That you get 6 months. Well, Biden extended hers, President Biden, for a year more after the 6 months.
Yep.
The guy today canceled, it was in news today.
Yeah.
Canceled her Secret Service.
Yeah, and I forget the one headline I saw. It was like a hidden Biden order. It was like,
what? It didn't have to be hidden.
Like he could do it because
exactly. You are totally right because I read it like that too. That it wasn't known to the public. Do you know how much stuff this man is doing?
Yeah.
And she was the first black female vice president.
Yeah.
So he
crazy.
canceled that. He canceled Biden's kids. I guess there was more security that they had signed for. So basically the only person now out of that administration that has it is President Biden. Now, we know that, and we talked about this. Pence, he didn't have it.
Yep.
But he had it for the 6 months. And I believe if Trump had a sign for him to have it for a year, what is it taking away?
Nobody would have said anything.
What is it taking away to protect her? So now the governor there in California where she lives and the city have said, you know what, we'll make sure she's all right when she's here.
Yeah, we got you.
But I just thought that was so petty.
It is petty, and honestly, I think he's at the point, and since we open with sports, it's like I feel like it's even with. I don't know if it's an older rich white man thing because Jerry Jones operates, the owner of the Dallas Cowboys. He operates the same way. Like I don't care what you feel. I just want the headline.
Mm-hmm.
I just want you talking about me, and I feel like that's all Trump is. Like I just want you talking about me. I don't care if it's good or bad.
Absolutely. My hearts go out to the children killed in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
We've done shows before about church security. They were killed in a church school. Guy had a plan, just like the guy from Buffalo, the shooting. And I looked at those similarities of the shooter in Minneapolis. He had a planned attack. Buffalo shooter had a planned attack.
Yep.
Minneapolis shooter had a manifesto. I'm sorry, the Buffalo shooter had a manifesto. The Minneapolis shooter had possession of mass shootings. Buffalo shooter live stream. Minneapolis shooter did YouTube video. His motivation for Buffalo was racial hatred. Minneapolis, anti-Catholic. Target black community, target Catholic community. Outcome, Buffalo guy surrendered. This other guy unlifed himself.
Wow.
So our hearts go out to them and to the people we lost in Katrina. It's the anniversary.
Yes,
it's the anniversary.
20 years?
I don't know.
I think it's 20 years.
It's a big one.
Yes, I think it's like 20 years.
But in true New Orleans style, they out in the streets.
Oh, partying.
They are out with the second. With this, what was the second line?
The second line.
They are out with the second line. And
I know we talked about it on the show, and everyone is a little different. Some people are probably mourning. Some people are celebrating. We saw that with the Tops. The anniversary of Tops, where some people were making it a joyous event, some people wanted to mourn, and they ended up feuding. So again, it's one of those. Just respect each other.
Absolutely.
Respect how all of us grieve and all of us process.
Local news, real quick, because
Yep.
Did you see about Principal Radford over at the King's Charter?
Oh,
Woo!
yeah, that's a drum.
So those of you in Atlanta, we got a charter school here. Black African American, very educated, very smart, kind woman, just kind.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know the deal, so all I know is that she was terminated on the day of graduation.
Yeah,
her and some other folks were terminated on the day of graduation.
And they went to court.
And the judge said, "No, you ain't do this right." They go back to work.
Right.
They go back to work yesterday.
And couldn't get in.
And those of you in Atlanta, Sam Radford he's just a community I'm not saying he is a community organizer, but he's just a husband.
Right.
At that point, I felt like he was just being a husband.
Absolutely.
You did my wife. You fired my wife. We went to court. We back.
Yeah.
So they had to call the Buffalo police.
Yeah.
And then they made them let her back into that building.
Yep.
Would you stay?
No, I'm staying long enough to get all my money, and then, then I'm out.
That's got to be a tough situation. But here's why I bring that up. My heart goes out to the children. I know it's 1 o'clock and we got to go. My heart goes out to children. I hope that adults get in the room, do the right thing, because our children need their education.
Hey, and all the yous with the happy birthday, Cash App, $ Mark A. Pope. Thank you.
There you go. Mark A. Pope. $ Mark A. Pope. Not just Mark Pope.
Oh, yeah, Mark A. Pope, and that's with a C, not a K.
Until next week, power to the people.